Here we go. What is going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown Your Questions, episode 338. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
Sup, people? How's it going? We are back.
Chris Seeley.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Carlos Romero.
Yo.
Adam Vale.
Xbox for life.
Brett Murdoch.
What's up, people?
And Brian Manjoma.
What up?
We have assembled the full crew for this episode because we will be answering E3 questions, baby. And for some of us here, this is our third stream of the day. So we've been busy. We've been busy around here, covering all this stuff. Did we do a stream yesterday? We did, right?
Yeah, we did Ubisoft.
Yeah, Ubisoft. So this is a lot, but it's good stuff, man. Covering it for you people. And I'm not even going to waste any time, man. We get right into it. We got a lot of questions. A lot of E3 questions, man. So let's get right into it. First one is from Mob Hits. He's already starting, man. Already starting. Starfield is officially an Xbox exclusive. What are your thoughts?
Told you so.
That's my thought. Told you.
We've been
Told
saying
you.
that.
Yeah. Been saying this for
common
months.
Sense.
We even have proof. We said it on multiple episodes.
Yeah. It's all on tape. Check the tape. The digital tape.
Yeah. People sometimes just need to use common sense. Just do the math. Follow the money. They spent a lot of money for this shit, not to give it away. Come on now.
Yeah. By the way, before we go on, can we kind of, because the thing is like, it's not really exclusive because it's on PC. At this point, can we just get rid of that? Just saying
that's still a Microsoft platform,
or it's a platform where Microsoft puts their games on.
Yeah, it's not going to be on. I don't think it's going to be on Steam. It's going to be on Game Pass or the Xbox Store. Yeah. So it's still kind of the same.
So using that as like a rib, I'm like, this is stupid now. Just stop
it's not.
it.
Yeah, they're probably thinking it's going to be on Steam. It's not going to be on Steam. It's not
By
on
the way, there's still people in denial. It could still come to PlayStation.
No,
ain't coming.
Why would they do it? What would be their motive? What's their incentive?
Somebody's already calling names, man. Logic wins. He goes, Andrea Renee, Greg Miller, and Hip Hop Gamer all said it would be multi-platform.
Oh, they all said it would be multi-platform, but they were all wrong.
They were all wrong. As a matter of fact, shout out to Danny Pena. Him and Andrea had a bet going. And Danny, like us, he was like, that shit's exclusive. She was like, nope, no, it's not. Like, why would they deny those people? It's like, because they own fucking Bethesda now.
Come on now.
Now listen, they want people in their ecosystems. How many times do I have to explain this? How much money did they spend on getting Bethesda and ZeniMax?
Yeah.
And you got a whole fucking platform and ecosystem. You have a golden egg right there. You're gonna just let's give it away.
The only way I could see it working that way is if Sony agreed to have Game Pass.
Sony ain't doing that.
Exactly. There's no way they're doing that. If there was a Game Pass app, then okay, but there's no way they're gonna do that.
Let me read this one comment real quick. This from Derek. God, what's going on, Derek? He goes, they're leaving a lot of money on the table not being multi-platform. Xbox install base versus PlayStation install base is sad. PlayStation has almost double. But here's the thing, and we said this, it is not about selling consoles for Xbox. It is about selling subscriptions. This shit is going to make Game Pass blow up. It's already blowing up. So they're not even thinking consoles. They're thinking bigger,
Play it on your phone, your tablet.
You are thinking too small.
Yes.
And this is what Microsoft has always wanted. They want their strength is software. So what do? What do they want? They want software. They want you to be getting the software. They don't care about the console. They'll continue to put out the console until it does okay. And then money bet. They're already taking steps to making Game Pass already work on TVs. They're already
doing that. They're already doing that.
They don't. Get like the only person that's still back in the you need a plastic box is Nintendo.
Yeah.
Everyone else is selling you software as a service, and that's what Microsoft is great at. And they sell their enterprise service. The biggest moneymaker for Microsoft is Azure.
Yeah.
It's not Windows. It's not Xbox. It's Azure.
And the other thing I need to bring up, I need to bring this up
real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
just gotta give a huge shout out to Agent Redshirt who subscribed.
Right.
It says they've subscribed for 14 months, currently on a 10-month streak, and he says Starfield on PC. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, man.
Yeah. No, respect.
There you go.
I need to bring this up real quick because people are saying like, oh, Microsoft needs to have the game multi-platform or games multi-platform because they need to recoup their losses. You realize $7.5 billion for Microsoft is not that much money. They don't need to recoup that right away. You know, they're thinking long term with this shit. And people are thinking very, very small. They're just thinking about the quick sales. No, they're thinking long term because again, they want you to get Game Pass on everything. You want it on this. They want it on this.
They're not understanding what Game Pass is.
Yeah, come on, man. You know, again, like Manny said, you're thinking too small if you're just thinking console sales.
They're also. We keep saying this. Reggie said this earlier, and I've been saying this before. Microsoft is a giant company. It's not just Xbox.
Yeah.
It's not recouping Xbox. Microsoft makes 20, 30, 40 billion dollars a quarter for the year. This is nothing. Spending that money, that's an investment long term. And like Tony says, Manny said this, I said this, they want the subscriptions. You get more people on Game Pass, that's consistent revenue. They don't have to wait for you to buy a title. They don't care if you buy their box or not. You got a PC in your house and you got Windows, you're good. You got a TV, you're good. Yes, the subscription is where they're going to make their money.
That's the whole reason why they bought all these studios.
It's simple. People are thinking too small. You know? Go ahead, Brett.
People seem to have this weird perception. Like I have my trouble wrapping my brain around when people are like, "Oh, why wouldn't they release it for multiplayer? They're going to lose all that money otherwise." And I'm just kind of sitting here. I was like, "Hey, they're not going to like. What do you think Microsoft is? Like, do you think they're scraping together the scraps from their last game release to fund their next one? They have a war chest bigger than a fucking Cadillac. I mean, they have just money to burn. Literally money to burn. They will release a sequel to an unsuccessful title, thinking maybe this will have it catch on. This isn't like Netflix. This isn't like Sony. I'll be honest. Sony has mediocre, like Days Gone, mediocre response at first. Then people really love it. They don't care. They're not going to make a sequel. This is not the same business model where they have to see revenue or return from something in order to keep putting money into it. They're looking long game, which means they're just shoveling money into a fire. They don't give a shit about your 6 million copies that you may have sold, throwing it on PlayStation.
Well, what's amazing
they honestly don't give a shit.
Yeah, what's amazing to me is the same people who think like Microsoft is somehow scraping by, like they have to salvage every title. Like, how dare they cancel Scalebound? They're going to lose all this money. Say that Nintendo has this giant war chest. Microsoft makes more money in a quarter than Nintendo will make in 2 years. Yeah. Right? So that logic is completely escapes me. They can throw away money. They can, like, Phil Spencer went on a tear. He canceled Fable. He canceled Scalebound. He closed Lionhead. He did all this shit, and they didn't even flinch. He just went like, buy more studios. What, Hellblade? Buy them. Buy We Happy Few. Buy those guys. Buy all this shit. We need.
Find.
Yeah, buy Double Fine. Buy everyone that Sony didn't nail down. Buy them, right? Because they need the first party titles. That's it. He didn't flinch. He didn't hesitate to do it. Right. That's how much money they have to throw around.
Also,
by the way,
30 million are not $1 subs, bro, but most of them are paying the full price, the full 15, man. And 30 million now, it's gonna be more than that, even months from now. So again, people think that it's just a static thing. Oh, they'll never grow. The point is to grow the subscription base. That's the whole point. People are just thinking about this little moment in time. Like, no, Microsoft is thinking years ahead.
There's people that are still paying Xbox Live Gold without even knowing.
Yeah,
that's
renews. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why they want you to be on these subscriptions.
It's the same thing. It's the same idea with Netflix. Is there are people paying for Netflix who don't barely watch it?
Yeah.
All right. And look at the money Netflix throws around. Right. Netflix always is in the black. Every quarter they're in the black. They fund projects if the directors even got a pulse. It's like if you got half an idea, they'll make it, right? They'll throw money at it. Hell, I don't know how much money they threw at Zack Snyder for Army of the Dead, and he went and reshot. He composited out a whole character.
Yeah, that's right. I heard about that. Shit.
Yeah.
Dude, Castlevania, like, we want hand-drawn animation. Like, okay, here's the check.
I have have thoughts on the whole Starfield presence at E3.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Because again, we got to school people because they don't seem to understand why why isn't this multi-platform? It's pretty obvious why it isn't. You know.
Real quick before you guys get into that, can I just throw out that this isn't necessarily even about buying a game or buying a studio or anything like that. It's about buying reputation. Right now, Microsoft has the idea that that Xbox has no games. I mean, think about a media campaign. Think about how much people just spend on advertising, and then realize they're trying really hard to break that idea, and they're doing a really good job.
Yeah, we have a question about it because I'm going to go fully into that one because I'm seeing a lot of goalposts moving now that Microsoft has games. I'm just saying. Anyway, Carlos, Starfield, man.
I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, I like, the in-engine trailer, the thing we saw looked freaking pretty as hell. I mean, that sandwich, I was like, man, I'm hungry,
sandwich made me hungry.
It made me fucking hungry too. And I'm just a little bit disappointed that we didn't get any gameplay. We didn't even really get what kind of game this is, to be honest. It's just like a space game, and they're going on a ship. Well, yeah, hashtag wait for E3, right? Yeah. So I'm kind of disappointed because everyone expected this game to show up at this conference. We even got a definitive date.
Yeah.
Which I guess I won the bet. But yeah, it's like I wanted to see like what this game's about, and I don't feel like we got this from this trailer. It's just more of a, this is like sort of the visual narrative of the game, and not the actual narrative.
Yeah. No, you're right about that. And I saw some concept art. I'm like, yo, if that's in the game, that's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, like I saw like a cyberpunk city. Then there was like a desert planet and a jungle planet. I'm like, yo, what is going on right now? Like this is cool. But, again, I'm just speaking for myself right now. I got what I wanted from this reveal, the exclusivity part. The release date was just a bonus, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, there it is, man. Starfield. Again, it's Bethesda, so it's going to be basically Fallout in space, which is going to be enough for a lot of people,
Enough for me.
Yeah, that's it, man.
I mean, they gave us 2 Fallouts in space, man. They gave us Outer World 2.
Oh, the Outer Worlds 2, Brett, with the number 2 as well.
I gotta say, that trailer was like a direct link to my heart. Like, yeah, good. Just point everything out. That's fine. Let's just be meta about this. I'm good with it.
Yeah. Hey guys, comment down and keep it calm in the chat. Let's not go crazy. Oh man. All right, let's move on because we got a lot of questions. And we got a lot of Xbox shit. So don't worry, we will be covering Xbox fully tonight. All right. Next up, we have also mob hits. 1 year later, how does Halo Infinite look to you? So we got to see some new stuff. I'm being very careful with my language right now. New stuff for Halo Infinite. Graphically looks really good. It looks very, very good. I think we saw multiplayer gameplay, but not single player. Maybe that'll come later, but yeah, it looks good. No, I'm just disappointed no Craig though. I wanted to see his new face.
Yo, man, Craig, where you at, Craig?
But yeah,
did not make an appearance.
Yeah. And Carlos, I was asking you this during the stream, but obviously you were having those fucking issues. Now I could ask you, as our resident Halo guy, Chris. I know you're a Halo guy too, but I'm getting Carlos in here right now. What did you think of the updated version of Halo Infinite?
Well, by the way, I'm the resident Halo guy. Chris is the Resident Evil guy. And I ain't talking about Evil Chris either.
Yeah,
yeah, man. First of all, I'm just gonna start that I'm disappointed we didn't get a date. We got a year.
Yeah, we got a year. We got
I mean, I'm like, if it's gonna come out in a few months, I mean, don't you know when in a few months it's gonna come out?
Yo, it's like, Carlos, we're gonna be there. We'll meet this evening. What time for this evening, man?
Man, go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to. Did anybody see that one indie game? I forgot even what it was, but its release date said we're feeling good about December.
No, that's awesome though.
Dude, more games need to just do that. Like, sometime around this.
I want to release a game. I'm going to say holiday-ish. That's going to be a holiday-ish. That's awesome. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Halo.
We didn't really get that much from the single player. We did get sort of a grasp of what the overall map layout is, kind of like the scope of the map, and it looks pretty big. But as far as single player, I think that's pretty much it. Multiplayer is actually the part that looked really interesting. I mean, they were showing a grappling hook. You know, you can't have a game these days without a grappling hook.
I was just about to say that. Like every other game during E3 had a grappling hook of some sort.
What game did it steal that from?
Breath of the Wild, probably. Like every other game steals everything from Breath of the Wild.
I'm just stirring shit.
No, wait, Breath of the Wild didn't have a grappling hook.
No, yes, it did.
They removed it.
Yeah, it did.
Remember?
Remember, Breath of the Wild has mechanics that you can't even see, man. That's how innovative it is, you know? Anyway,
Yeah, so
they specifically removed it in that one because they did have a grappling hook.
Shit, they got mechanics you ain't even using. Look at
that's
this.
what I'm
They're just
saying, man. That's how
innovators.
innovative it is, man. Anyway, yeah.
This gameplay that we saw, to me, looked really classic Halo. I mean, when they're showing Capture the Flag, they're showing Ascension, which is one of the old maps in Halo 3. It looks good. I mean, the grappling hook, it just, it was interesting because it was grabbing weapons. It was grabbing, like turf and stuff. I'm like, oh, it's something, because it just looks jarring in a Halo multiplayer setting. So it does look good. Also, huge shout out. They got the dude with the voiceovers from the previous multiplayer games. The guy that's like double kill, triple kill,
Monster kill,
Kilimanjaro. Like that guy at Capture the Flag.
Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
I think
was
that's like
funny,
5 kills.
Hilarious.
And yeah, so I like all of that. It looks really good. I mean, I'm gonna try it. It's free to play. I'm just wondering whenever you see something that's free to play, you're like, okay, so what are they gonna do to compensate? What are they gonna do to compensate? The money that they have to recuperate for this, and hopefully it's not something egregious. What happened?
Only the multiplayer is free.
Yeah.
But I do want to point out. I do want to point out that if you have Xbox Game Pass, the whole game is technically free.
Yeah, it'll stay free that way. But they're saying, you don't.
They're not trying to make a game. They're trying to make an event. They're trying to make this year. They want everybody on board. Do you have money? Yes, come on in. Do you have money? No, fuck it, come on in.
Yeah,
it's almost as if they're trying to make the game infinite.
They're trying to make it infinite.
That and the more people you have on your platform playing, they're not playing on another platform.
Yeah, so the multiplayer is going to be free to play, so it means everyone. I'm assuming you don't need Xbox Live Gold to play this, so everyone's going to be able to play this for free. The thing that I'm wondering is, in Halo, classic Halo multiplayer, the layouts and the loadouts are set. You start off with these two weapons, either assault rifle or a battle rifle, and the map has layout of all the weapons that are there. They're always at the same spots, and that's part of the strategy when it comes to Halo multiplayer. What I'm wondering is, for this game, are they going to have, if you want this badass weapon, you're going to have to loot for it, or you're going to have to pay for it, or, that kind of stuff. That would honestly disappoint me if they do that, because it kind of would kill sort of that essence of what a Halo multiplayer was, and it's gonna try to be something that it's not, and it's not even that it's evolving. It's more of it's just trying to catch a craze that everyone else is doing. So that's something that I hope it's not true. But I mean, it looks great. The pace looks great. The graphics looks great. It's gonna be 120 frames per second on the Series X. So I'm glad I got it for that, at least. So, yeah, I can't wait to play it.
All right. Any other thoughts on the Halo Infinites? All right. That's that. I'll move on because we've got a lot of questions tonight. This one I really want to get to. Got to get to this question. This is from Villa Kyle. Did Xbox deliver enough to get rid of the no-game stigma on contingency that everything shown comes out and doesn't suffer too many delays? Yeah, I mean, that's been a thing with Xbox. Xbox has no games, and this generation alone, Xbox has not had anything. After this E3, you can't say that anymore. They have a lot of shit coming, and if you're on Game Pass, you're going to be chilling. You know, now it's gotten to the point where dudes on Twitter now they're saying, "Oh yeah, but those games aren't of the quality of Nintendo and PlayStation." I'm like, I thought we were talking about the games, bruh. So we're talking about quality, or we're talking about the amount of games on the platform? Which is it? It sounds like goalpost moving to me. You know, so the games are coming. So I think today they destroy that narrative once and for all. You know, like granted, let's just be honest. Some of these games may not come out when they promise, right? And a lot of them are slated for 2022. But the games will come, and that's it. That shit is done. You know, that narrative. So go ahead, Chris.
No, I mean, I think you said it well. Like, if you're just talking about like they don't have titles, like they announced some big stuff, and then they capped the show. I didn't even know about Redfall.
Yeah, Redfall,
I had no idea. And then the guy was wearing the shirt. I'm like, what the hell is he wearing? Like with the red shirt. And I was like, what the hell is that? So they got that coming. Like, again, we didn't see gameplay, but it's promised for next year. So that'll be interesting. And it's a new IP. And one thing we've complained about before is like, hey, we get a lot of sequels and remakes. Like, can we get something new? Like, okay, so they give you something new. So yeah, I think they've blown that narrative away.
Yeah, and I want to state that we saw a lot of new IPs. You know. So, that narrative is done. That shit is done now. So, yeah. Brett, go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
Oh, no, that wasn't me.
Oh, who was it, man? Where was say
that
your
was
piece?
Me.
All right, say your piece.
Yeah, as far as the narrative, I think it was pretty easy to see, last year, maybe even 2 years ago, not more like last year, that Xbox was going to come with the games. Once they bought Bethesda, it's inevitable. I am inevitable. And I think the narrative should have died then. Whether they're going to produce on, the quote unquote, high caliber that games that, Sony and Nintendo do is still to be seen. But they're going to have games. They're going to have their everything. Bethesda is going to churn out all of those games, regardless of whether you think they have games or not. And all those games and all those Bethesda games are now Xbox games.
What people are saying, or who is a text player says, is the price of Game Pass going to have to go up? No, why?
Yeah, why?
I mean,
it can. But he's specifically asking, is it gonna go up because it has more games now? No,
because he can't believe what an incredible deal it is. No,
well, no, check this out. It's gonna go up. It's inevitable.
Eventually, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
they all do.
Yeah, but it's not going to go up just because it has more games. That's the thing I'm fighting against. I'm like, no. It's going to go up just because of whatever other reason, But it won't be like we have more games now. We have to raise the price. That's stupid. That's dumb.
Also, it'll go up like Netflix does. Like maybe a couple. Like it's not going to get prohibitively expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like they very much have a price point. Yeah, they may increase it a few bucks, but it needs to stay in the realm of like, this is about as much as like going to the movies for a weekend, the weekend or something like that. Like it needs to be a throwaway amount of cash. Can't be, $50, can't be $40, can't be $30 if you ask me. Probably gonna have to keep it, within and around the $20 range.
Yeah.
You could see a different tier that's just for in-house exclusives. I could see something like that.
Yeah, but let's not go down that rabbit hole. That's because it's stupid. I'm sorry. That's dumb. It doesn't make any sense doing that. Anyway, no games narrative. I don't think we have much more to say about that. It's been destroyed once and for all.
Let me ask you guys something.
Yeah.
So seeing what Microsoft did here, and I'll just straight up say my piece. To me, it looks like about as good as I could ask. When taking everything into account. With the Microsoft that we used to have, if you would have asked me, a year ago, what do you want? What would you like Microsoft to do? Or 2 years ago, this would pretty much be the answer. So my question to you guys, while we're talking about kind of the narrative, is do you guys feel like Xbox is being as successful as it could be, or do you feel like they're doing as much as they can, or do you feel like they're still slacking in areas?
No, I think they're doing as good as they can, considering all the, everything that's going on in the world right now. Considering the kind of dumpster fire they're still cleaning up, which was the Xbox One era. Let's just be real here. I think they're doing as well, maybe even better than they should be. Because I'm sorry, getting Bethesda, that's fucking massive. You know, so yeah, I don't really think you could ask for anything better at the moment. You know,
To say that Xbox One was a dumpster fire is an understatement.
yeah. I mean, I think I'm being nice.
You
I'm
leave
being
dumpster
nice.
fires out of this.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're right about that. It's that
I mean,
Xbox One was a disaster. You know.
Yeah, don't give them a bad name.
Yeah.
Well, it's an insult to dumpster fires. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It was horrible. It started with the Connect and TV, and sports, and going from that point to the release to the end of the generation to right now is, I wouldn't say it's a 180, but it's really close. We still need to see the games come into fruition, but we did see the evolution of Game Pass, and that's, man, you got to tip your hat off to what Xbox has done over the last couple of years.
No, they're doing their thing. So yeah, to answer your question, Brett, I think this is about as good as they could do, man. And I think they're doing a great job. I really do.
It seems the one thing I've kind of noticed with this E3 is it's been kind of very welcomed. It feels like Microsoft is becoming endearing themselves to the fans, and I totally get it. Like for me, honestly, it kind of felt a little nostalgic. I was like, wow, this kind of feels like Xbox is back, and doing stuff. Haven't seen that in years.
Yeah. Endearing themselves to some fans, because some guys are hating even more now. And I got to say, this is a little bit of a sidetrack, but I need to say this, man. There are some people out there, they're just really upset that Xbox is doing well because they hate Xbox and they don't like seeing it doing well, And it's pretty pathetic if you think about it, But I'm seeing that a lot.
You need a competitive market. Yeah. People don't seem to understand. You don't want one company to monopolize and they control the industry. You don't need
but that's what they want. These guys are such big fanboys. They want Microsoft dead and only Sony to rule. It's stupid.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't be just a Levi's and guy. Don't do it.
I can't freaking wait until Sony gets a fucking Game Pass of their own.
Oh,
like, are you kidding me?
And Carlos,
that'll be.
I'm going to say this right now, and I know you agree with me. All the guys that are saying that Xbox Game Pass is a shitty service, that it sucks, that it's horrible for gaming, if that's on PlayStation, they would all love it in an instant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
no doubt.
PlayStation would do this with what money?
Yeah. Oh, well, that's a whole other situation. But we're saying, hypothetically speaking, if PlayStation were to get its own Game Pass, right? The guys who say Xbox Game Pass is bad for the gaming industry would suddenly love it overnight. Suddenly love it.
But I'm kind of debating that. I think that's useless hypothetical because I don't think Sony can pull together a game streaming service on their budget.
Yeah, I mean,
they already do. They already
have one
for years.
They already have one. They had one before Xbox, so we can't say that.
The only difference is that Xbox is actually putting legitimate money into it, while Sony is just sort of sitting on it as they usually do. They just dip their toe in, halfway, and they're like, "Oh, we're already here," and then it doesn't do well for them.
No, my larger point
they did it with a PSVR.
Yeah, my larger point is Xbox Game Pass or subscriptions are good, right? At least for gaming, at least the way Xbox does it, because some are kind of bad, but I'm just saying the guys who love it who hate it would suddenly love it if it was just. It's all fanboy bullshit. That's all it is. And just to go back to what I was saying, these guys are just mad that Xbox is getting a win. That's what it really comes down to in the end, and it's pathetic, to be honest. All right, let's move on. Next question. Xbox is getting games accepted. Deal with it. Next question here. All right. Also from Mr. Villikyle, what genres was Xbox missing during E3, and do you think they are relying on one genre too much? I mean, we saw a lot of different genres being shown at this conference. Like,
I think he's hinting at there was too many first-person shooters.
Is that what it was? But I mean, that's always been an Xbox thing, hasn't it? Like,
we always saw action games. It's always been their thing. It's just about action. It's not so much of the anime and the long RPG narratives.
But they had those too.
They had those too.
That's what I'm saying. They did. That's why I don't understand where that comment comes from. I saw a little bit of everything. There was no FIFA. That's EA. I didn't see any of the. And people made laugh. But remember, for early on in the first gen of Xbox, they had their own sports series. They did their own football and hockey and a few other ones. The Game Day series. We didn't see that. So what? You were gonna bitch? Come on now.
I mean, and then you have the Bethesda games come out. We didn't see Starfield, but it's going to be some kind of RPG in their style. It may be first part, but it's not a Halo, right? and you can't really count Battlefield 2042 because that's a multiplayer.
Yeah, it's multiplayer,
right? It's a shooter on everything. Yeah.
but they
So
they
I
have
don't.
they have their shooter, like they have Halo.
I don't.
You know, they
Yeah.
have Forza. What else do they have? I mean, RPG, like you said, Starfield.
And then they have that little one we couldn't pronounce, the one that looked like Octopath. And,
Yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah,
Shining Force. They have that, and
yeah.
they're getting Yakuza. It's like so they're getting a variety of stuff. We saw a variety of games on there. Even that cutesy thing that looked like Kirby or whatever.
Yeah.
They had that thing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Slime
I mean, they had
Rancher,
a
yeah.
what's
Yeah.
the name of the
Flight
inside-looking
Sim,
game?
yeah.
Inside,
I know what you're
12
talking about.
minutes. Like it's a bunch of stuff.
No, it was like a single. It's a start with a C, like the inside limbo looking game.
Oh, Somerville.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Somerville.
Somerville.
Yeah. Shit, they got
Yeah,
a lot of
so-
stuff. Yeah.
And by the way, that isn't from the people who made Limbo.
Yeah.
It was a different studio. I forgot their name, but yeah, it was a different studio. But it kind of looked like Limbo, and I'm like, oh, that got
And
my
then they
attention.
showed Life is Strange. They have a whole bunch of stuff. Like
Yeah,
so-
I think it was pretty well diverse the way they.
Yeah, the only
presented
genre
it.
that I didn't see was fighting games. That's about it. That's all I
Yeah.
can think
I
of.
mean, that's
But
that's
Sony has a
shame.
lot
I
on
would,
that shit now. You know.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
got the Guilty Gears out right
Yeah.
now.
and Uncle Phil kind of glossed over some things. Like I'm using Adam's term.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he mentioned Perfect Dark. He mentioned Fable. But he kind of went boom, boom, boom. We got these also coming, right? So we know those things are coming. But it would have been nice to see a little more Perfect Dark and Fable. We really didn't see any more. And the sizzle reel just showed a clip from the old trailer, so it'd been nice to see that. But he did mention them, so they're still happening too. And those are completely different things. You have an RPG and if Perfect Dark's anything, well, it is a first-person shooter, but we don't know what type of game this new one is. So could be the same, could be different.
Yeah. So yeah, like, dude, if you are an Xbox guy, you got a Game Pass. You got like every genre pretty much covered.
Well, I mean, they don't. I don't see them covering the dinosaur high school genre.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. I mean, they still got their little indie games too. You know.
Yeah. Also, they paid for Jack Sparrow. He's
yeah,
in Sea
yeah.
of Thieves.
So yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty shocking. I was
Yeah,
like, what?
Sea of Thieves. Yeah, but Brett, what's your take on that? You're a Sea of Thieves guy. Jack Sparrow DLC.
Fuck that shit. But it's still alive and kicking.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
who the fuck cares about Pirates of the Caribbean at this point? Talking about a day late and $1 short.
Damn.
Dude, okay, when was this shit popular? Like, I don't know, 5-10 years ago?
Yeah. Right.
So
That's
at this
crazy.
point, it's not even like it's part of the zeitgeist, or it's in the mainstream. It's, hey, 20-year-olds, remember that thing from when you were a kid?
Yeah. No, Brett didn't ask if who cares about pirates. He asked who cares about Pirates of the Caribbean. That's what he asked.
Yeah.
No one cares about that shit anymore. That was back when what's his
That's
face still had a career. You know.
Yeah,
Johnny Depp.
Not Johnny Depp, the other Legolas.
Hey,
like,
that's
John-
Amber Heard's fault.
Orlando
Legolas.
Bloom.
Yeah, Legolas. Remember, like
Orlando Bloom.
like that guy actually was somebody back in the day. But yeah, that's it.
By the way, is
Yeah,
it?
what's up?
I might have a question
Uh-oh.
to interject. I don't know. I haven't seen this in the questions. I don't know if this was asked, but do you think it would be a good question to ask what rating we would give this conference, the Microsoft
Nah,
one?
stupid. I don't want to do this stupid.
Okay,
Tony
I give them
already
an
said it on
8.5 out of 10. By the way.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. I'm not doing that.
Tony already said it on Twitter, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Hey,
it
Tony,
was.
who
give
won
it
E3?
a
Oh
Tony.
yeah, Xbox One E3. Actually, no, Brett. I'm gonna correct a little bit. Xbox Game Pass One E3. You know?
Oh, so you put that on Twitter?
Yeah, I did. You
Let me
should-
tag Damien 1 second.
Yeah, you should read those comments, bro.
And he's still alive somehow.
Yeah. Man,
Oh.
yo, no, my comments are a fucking disaster today. You know,
I'm replying with
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm replying with Damien attached because that dude, for some reason, every time we say something
Yeah.
positive about Microsoft, nowhere to be found. But then we
Crickets.
say negative, he's like, "Oh, you guys are always hating on Microsoft."
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I did
tag
the
him in that.
wrong accent.
Yeah, yeah. You hate in. But yeah. Go ahead, Brett.
Just random occurrence that might say something or absolutely nothing, because it's anecdotal. But I was talking to my roommate today, and he was looking at the games, he was watching everything like that. And he's like, "Yeah, man, I need to jump on the next gen." I was like, "Oh yeah, what you think about it?" He's like, think I'm leaning Xbox actually now. It was PlayStation before, but fuck, man, they bought Bethesda and they're coming out with some shit, and it's a good console. And I think I'm leaning Xbox, to which I was very surprised, to be quite honest.
There you go, man.
So, for anecdotal, for whatever it's worth, some
Yeah.
shit's shifting the
Well,
tide. So.
Brett, I said this while we were streaming.
Chris,
I was
say
like,
it,
wow,
repeat
I have
this.
I said, well, I now have a reason to own an Xbox. And I mainly said that right after I saw Horizon 5, Forza. I was like, yeah, I want to play that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Forza, man. God damn.
That shit is crazy. All right, let's move on to the next question. This one is from Tumeke. Surprisingly, I don't see him in the chat tonight.
Yo, man, where are you, Tumeke?
I'm surprised by that. All right, he goes,
I saw him.
Is it Blitz is in there?
Yeah. He's here.
Okay. All right. So shout out to him. I didn't see him in there. Okay. What has been your game of the show so far? The biggest surprise, the biggest disappointment. I'm gonna get to it, man. The biggest surprise for me was the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. I was like, wait, what? Where's this coming from?
That came out of nowhere.
Not only that, not only was it a surprise, but it's fucking dope. And I was sold. I was sold the instant they said single player, third person, narrative driven game. Give me this shit. I'm done. That's all I fucking need. And then they get giving you more. You saw the gameplay. You saw, it's so fucking good, man. You get to play as Star-Lord. You get to command the other team members and shit. The graphics look nuts. You get dialogue choice. I'm like, yeah, give me this fucking game. And we get a release date. No fucking when is this coming? It's coming out October this year. I'm sold. Give me this fucking game, man. That's my game of the of E3 for sure, easily. Right. I'm going down the line here. Adam, what's your game?
Oh, that was it. That was the game right there.
Oh, Adam was losing his mind over
it.
Adam
was going crazy.
I was ready to pre-order, write them love letters, all kinds of things, because I was like, damn, this game.
Oh, you can pre-order it, by the way. I heard.
Yeah. It said it right after the third trailer, because they were smart with that. They did one video trailer. We're like, okay, that's cool. We want gameplay. Oh, we got you covered. They throw in a whole nother trailer now with just gameplay. I was like, oh, well, that was great. Then they threw in another CG trailer on top of that, showing all this craziness. So they just kept pumping that machine. I just pictured from the Willy Wonka and the little Oompa Loompas pumping on the boat. They were cranking things out, and they were just building up that meter. It was take my money, just throw it at the screen. It goes through my TV, and then it spits out a little code. I don't know. I was really excited. It's been a while since I've been this excited.
Yeah, man.
Not since Rockstar Table Tennis released. I have not been this excited. And so when I see this, and I'm not that Mr. Oh, I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It's okay, but man, they really nailed it with the dialogue, with the gameplay elements.
So good.
The visuals. It just looked like, could this be it? Could we actually receive a total package experience right out the box? No day one packs to fix all this broken shit. Is it gonna look and work and feel like it should? I don't know. I'm hoping it does, though. It got me hyped.
Yeah, no, for sure. And the fact, because when it first started, you guys remember during the stream, I was just like, oh, fuck, are we going to get another Avengers?
We got DLC or some shit.
I was like, oh, here we fucking go, man. Here we fucking go. I expected some fucking games as a service bullshit, but they said, no. Single player, baby. I'm like, okay, good. You got me. Let's fucking go. Oh, my God. All right, Manny, game of the show for you so far. What was the thing that most impressed you?
It's funny because before the Guardians of the Galaxy game, the only two games that I thought were there was only really one game that I was actually interested in, which was that black and white samurai game that Devolver Digital showed off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely was impressed by Guardians. I definitely think I'm going to be picking that one up. Though Tony, you're going to be disappointed. PS4.
Yeah, I know it's cross-gen. I tweeted about this. I'm like, at this point, I'm just going to expect every game to be cross-gen. So when something is actual next-gen, I'll actually be pleasantly surprised. What really broke the camel's back for me was, what the fuck was it? It was some game. I was like, here we go. Oh, it was Elden Ring. I'm like, oh, all right, I'll just have to accept this. This is just how it is.
Also Elden Ring also, but yeah, definitely Guardians was very impressive.
Yeah. By the way, the game, the other game you mentioned, oh my God, I'm forgetting, Trek to Yuma. That
Yeah,
looks
Trek to
fucking
Humor.
cool, man. Because it's 2D Ghost of Tsushima in Kurosawa mode. That's basically what it is. That's great.
Yeah,
You know.
it looks really good. Like they do a really good job with the cinematics and stuff. But yeah, Guardians is the one right now. I
Cool.
mean, and just seems like out of nowhere.
I don't know. Yeah, I was like, wait,
just-
what?
They just literally like they're like, we got a Guardians of the Galaxy game. All right, it's coming in 2 years. Nope, it's coming real soon.
Yeah.
Pre-order it.
And I like that. It's just Star-Lord, nice and focused, no bullshit. I like that, man. You know, because the problem I have with a lot of games now is like they're just trying to do so much. I'm like, can we just focus, please? You know. All right, Carlos, game of the show so far.
I want to give shout outs to Guardians of the Galaxy, which was a pleasant surprise. I was expecting for it to be like Avengers, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
Shout out to that. And Adam, you're gonna have to tell me what the name of this one was. It was the Ubisoft game, this Ubisoft sports action type of game.
Riders
Oh,
Republic.
yeah, also that was a good, impressive one too.
Yeah,
That one was
that's
pretty
the
impressive
other
for
one.
me.
Oh, Rise Republic.
Yep.
Riders
Tho-
Republic.
Those two,
Can't
those
wait.
two were pleasant surprises. But for me, the game of the show was Forza Horizon 5, man.
Oh yeah, that shit looks tight. That shit looks tight.
And
Don't man,
the
go
reason
explore.
it's not
Mexico.
only
That's
it's-
why, Brett. This is Mexico.
It's Mexico, man. They did such a great job, man. It's a lot of places I've seen, and it's like, oh, yep, this is this place, and I'm like, wow, it looks great. And by the way, and I think the only one that might have noticed this is Brian, unless he was asleep during this thing. They're changing things for this in this game to make it like GTA, where you get to create all of these like different types of like mini games within the Forza Horizon game. So I'm looking forward. Like there's a lot of
bowling and stuff like that. That was
Yeah,
good.
the
So
bowling.
pins and
Yeah, it means you can make different types of game types within the game. So that looks great, and it looked amazing, man. That game, I was like, man, it looks great. Running on my Series X. Well, maybe probably just my PC.
Yo, man, you
But,
dust that off now and be like, hey, baby.
Yeah, right. It's
we're
right
good,
there,
we
sitting
ready.
right there. You know, next to the PS5. You know,
It's chilling, man. It's been waiting. So yeah, Forza Horizon 5 takes the cake for me, man. So far.
nice. All right, Brett. What was the game that has impressed you the most so far?
Man, it's tough to say because the games I'm most psyched about weren't really showing gameplay, so I don't really know if they count. But of the things that were announced, the thing I'm most excited about is probably Outer Worlds 2. And a big portion of that is just because I'm so happy to see the franchise continuing. I was genuinely worried about it just being a one and done.
Nice. All right, Brian.
So once again, it seems like I'm the outlier here. I honestly do not care for the Guardians of the Galaxy game. I see
we
it
can move
as
on now. So what do you got?
No.
Let him
I will
hate.
say
But you
my
know, Brian
piece.
has to hate. He's British. He's got to hate. Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, that's another low blow.
I just see the Star Wars haircut. I'm just like, nah, I'm not dealing with this Macklemore bullshit. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. So yeah, again, the humor's good. I'm not gonna lie, but the question is, are they gonna have any R-rated jokes in there, or is it gonna be like PG-13 humor, where it's like, you can't really make jokes, but you have to like kind of imply the like innuendo stuff. So I don't know. I'm just thinking that it's not gonna be risky enough. It's gonna be very safe, and safe is boring. But the game that really impressed me was Atomic Heart. I mean, they thought, hey, let's do alternate world 1955 game with psychic powers. It's like, okay, so it's like 1955 Bioshock in Russia. Like, I can dig that. you know?
That one. Yeah.
that
The
one.
one-
The
the
one
one
that
with the
had the
guys-
music.
Yeah, the one that.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Brian, I thought about you during that.
That was the game.
because
Like, this
I'm
is a Brian
oh,
game. Yeah, we said that was
Yeah,
a
this is
Brian
this
game.
is a
I-
Metro-looking game. It's like
Yeah.
this is
Well,
a
no,
we all
I
said
thought
that. Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be like Stalker 2 because that was the Chernobyl one. Atomic Heart was the one we were like, what the hell is happening?
Oh,
Well, that's the
okay.
Russian. That's the Russian one.
Wait,
Yeah,
there's
it was
yeah,
the Russian
you had
one.
two.
They're-
Like,
they're both
Comic
pretty
Con was
good.
another weird
yeah,
one.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
what-
You're
what
right. You're
is
right. I'm
this?
getting confused because they both kind of
Yeah,
look
that
like
was
Metro.
That was the one. That was the one that was like it show you little bits of things, but you didn't know the
Yeah.
non sequitur things. Like she's hacking something, she's jumping off a
Yeah.
cliff, or
Stalker
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
was the
Oh,
slow
okay, I
one
got
with
it- I
the
got it
Russian
mixed up.
guys talking.
Okay,
Like
then
that
I
was the
forgot
one
what-
where Manny said
Yeah.
they gesture a lot and stuff. The guys are on the campfire. Like that was Stalker
Yeah.
2. That's the game I thought Brian would be excited for.
Yeah.
I I would be, but it's just more Stalker, and I'm not really surprised by that. Whereas that one was like, okay, this is different, this is interesting. Let's see where to go with this. And the part that really like got me was the scene where the guy like walks in the room, and then there's like fragments of the house just like frozen in midair. It's like, okay, what the hell's happening? Probably a dream sequence, but still, what the hell's happening here? So yeah, that was my game. Everything else was just like, it exists, I guess.
And I need to rewatch it because I totally forgot about Atomic Heart.
It's not a Tony game.
Yeah, maybe
so
that's why.
fine.
But the Stalker game, I was like, that looks like a Brian game. It looks kind of fucking cool.
It looked like the Metro.
It looked like a Metro. Yeah, it looked like Metro. Chris.
I'm torn because I mean Forza. I literally saw Forza Horizon 5 and I was like, wow, I need an Xbox now. Like I literally that's what I thought when I looked at it. I was like, oh shit, I gotta play this. I need an Xbox.
This.
I need this.
Mm-hmm.
So that to me it was like, yeah, I was like, my mind changed. I was like, shit, I didn't have a reason to get. I'm like looking at this, like, oh shit, I want to play this.
Chris was like singing Adam's song. He's like, Guadalupe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I went into I came back to the Square show with low expectations, and you know they showed Guardians, and then they showed that Final Fantasy Origins game, and I was like, shit, I want to play that too. I was still mad about Balan Wonderland. I thought you guys and Avengers. I thought you guys were done. I was like, oh shit, it's not very good. But I have to tip the hat to Forza. I really want to play it.
No, if it makes you want to get a system, that's very notable. You know,
that's what they want.
That's what it's get you on Game Pass. You know, that's what they want. I'm telling you,
the devs would be high fiving. We did it. Let's go get pizza.
All right, man. Moving on. Next question. All right. Also from Tumeke. This one's a little bit of an interesting question. Speaking about Forza, right? Could Playground Games potentially be Xbox's Insomniac? Not saying on a game-by-game basis, but more on the value they will bring compared to acquisition cost. Because I don't know how much they paid for Playground Games, but I know Sony paid like $200 million for Insomniac, which is a fucking steal. You know, if you think about it.
Oh yeah.
So in that sense, yes, they could be, because like Playground has always been associated with Xbox, as far as I know, right? You know, making the Forza games.
Yes.
Yeah. So and Insomniac has always been associated with Sony. So in that sense, yes, obviously
for the most part, yeah.
Yeah. But obviously there's differences because Insomniac makes different types of games, whereas Playground is just racing, as far as I know. If they make anything else, please let me know. But all they do is racing.
Wouldn't the comparison be to Polyphony?
I think that would be a more adept.
I think, so I guess we should say no in that case.
No, just for technicality, I think it's a no. Because Playground Games. Well, we gotta wait because Playground is doing Fable.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
And if Fable does pretty good, then I think it would be a better comparison.
Yeah. You know what? So that question has some validity to it then.
Oh man.
So I think it's a wait and see for this one.
Let's go with that. Let's go with wait and see. We can't answer the question right now.
Yeah.
Still too early to tell. We'll be able to answer it in like a year or whenever Fable comes out. Then
that's 3 years.
3 years. Yeah, maybe 4. You know. All right. So too early for that. To make it. Sorry about that. Too early for that. All right. This is from. All right. So some very generous fella named Romudeth. He is sponsoring. One of Mob Hits' bonus questions. All right. Will more studios want their titles on Xbox Game Pass after the Xbox Bethesda showcase? A little bit of an odd question. I kind of don't understand the point of it.
I could answer this because we've talked about this a bunch of times about how it works. This is no different than like Spotify and those type of services. It's a case by case system. So basis. So like, let's say if you're a smaller studio and you weren't seeing much traffic, then yes, you would want to get on this because like, well, there's more subs, there's more eyes on it. My game is similar to one of those that they just showed off, so then they can put a spotlight on it. So yeah, go ahead, put it there because they've come out and talked about how it works. It's case by case. They get a certain sum up front, and then there's a bonus based off of a certain amount of downloads. And so, yeah, I could see it as an incentive for if you're struggling, or let's say, look at all the games that come out. Look how we find out about it. The casuals, how do they find out about it? They just turn on their console of choice and then just see what's thrown in front of them. So they don't really get the chance to go doing all the digging. So this type of system works out for a lot of different studios, and if they can set up notifications where which the Game Pass, I have the app and it has notifications, but I'm saying, like, let's say if you can break it down by genre, like let's say I just want out JRPGs, just ding me every time one gets released on here and that pops up, then that'll help bring more attention to those type of titles. So yeah, I think it definitely helps.
Yeah, so you think some studios will be
Yeah,
like, hey,
yeah. I think that it's not that they pay. They don't have to pay to get on it. From the way they describe it, they don't pay. It's the other way around. It's Microsoft.
I got to answer this real quick. Agent Redshirt goes, has Bethesda does the conferences? Yes, they have. The Xbox plus Bethesda conference, bro. It was both at the same time. They did theirs already. Yeah.
They started the show.
Yeah, that was it.
They started the show.
You know what? I'm going to go with Adam. I think that's a good enough answer because it's how can you quantify it? How can you properly answer a question like that?
No, it's a case by case. That's it. If you're a big studio and your game is making tons of money, then no, you'll be like, oh no.
What do you guys talk about with Thursday's Throwdown? That's what's happening on Thursday. What's happening on Thursday? Am I missing something? Oh, you're talking about the Xbox extended thing. We will cover that in a little bit. I know what you're talking about now. But Bethesda is not having their own show. They already had it.
Mm-hmm.
They already had it. All right. So,
just real quick. I think it really depends on the studio. If it's a huge studio, the only way they would want to be on Game Pass is if their franchise, if that game is failing, or if they have a deal with Microsoft for, like EA that has a deal with Microsoft on a lot of stuff, or even like someone like Sega that has the Yakuza games on Game Pass. A lot of those came out years ago, so it's pretty fine. It adds more visibility to the games. So I think that to make the best profit for some games, it'd be just to release them standalone, but for others, it'd be to release them on Game Pass, because otherwise, a lot of people wouldn't have even taken a second look at that game if it wasn't for Game Pass.
And let's say you're a franchise and you have, I don't know, a third one coming down the pipeline, and it's like, how can we get more eyes on that if they're not familiar? Well, let's see if we can throw the first two games on there. And if they like those two, then maybe they'll pick up the third one, and then that one we'll keep off Game Pass for now. So we'll use it like to pull them in. I could see a lot of that.
Yeah. All right. Move on. Next up, we got Mark W. All right. Do you like Xbox's quicker format for E3 2021, or do you prefer it to be in front of a crowd? Yeah, because this conference, since it was just a digital one pre-recorded, it was just bam, 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 games, When you have a crowd, obviously, you got to play up to the crowd, do all these other things, have celebrities in there. I like this, to be honest, man. Just give me the games. No bullshit, Like, it would have been cool to have, like, an audience, those, like, people in the front row or whatever.
Crazy Xbox heads.
The super crazy Xbox heads. Yo, when Manny and I were, like, down there with those guys, it was like listening to, like, Twitter comments in real life. Like, the shit talking these guys were doing. I'm like, damn, I thought this was only on the internet. You guys are doing this for real. Like, oh, man, they're going to crush Sony. Fucking Insomniac. It was, like, all this crazy shit,
Also, I mean, I guess it's kind of like a sports venue. It's like when you're Yankee Stadium, you're talking so much shit about the other team, but when you go, when you go to the other team's stadium, it's like a little quiet. So
you're right about that. So yeah, what do you guys prefer? Do you like this format, or you like the normal Xbox E3s? Because I'll be honest, I think this was the best Xbox E3 in years.
Yeah, I just think it depends on if the person who's answering goes to these types of venues. For me, I've never been to an Xbox conference, so it really doesn't really matter. It's just what was a presentation better this year than last year? Whether it had people or not, it doesn't really.
Well, it was better than last year. Last year it didn't happen.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, no, but I would say I want a mix of both. I want the crowd there, but I also just want the back-to-back wall-to-wall games, Although Xbox does a better job of that than Sony. We've noted that in the past. Sometimes Sony throws in some bullshit. I'm like, what are we talking about right now? Why is Michael Bendis here? Get him out of here, man. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah, you bring up a good point, because I mean, in live events, what was that? A Just Dance one? It's like they don't do that Just Dance bullshit presentation if there are people there.
Yeah.
If there aren't people there.
Exactly.
So it's like, or the Wii Music drummer dude,
Yeah,
like that stuff.
Rami drums, yeah.
The Rami drums. That the only reason people do those kinds of things in the presentation are because there's people in the crowd, and if there wasn't, they probably wouldn't have done that. So I'm going with no crowd. Fuck
That's it. Yeah, there you go.
I'm taking a stand.
Yeah, you didn't see Uncle Phil breaking out into a dance, for the people.
we barely saw Uncle Phil in the whole presentation.
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
Where's Uncle Phil,
he
man?
didn't show up
It
till
was
the end,
Todd
till the end.
Howard opened the show. Todd Howard.
Yeah.
All right, what about the rest of you guys? Digital E3.
That relationship.
Yeah, digital E3 or crowd E3? What do you prefer?
Oh, digital one, 100%.
Yeah.
When you make it for the crowd, you make it for the hundreds of people in the crowd. When you make it for everybody else, you make it for the tens of thousands of people watching it.
Brett.
And then you don't have all the fanboys in the crowd just screaming for nonsense.
We love you, Phil.
Yeah, it's
But
Have
then,
my babies.
but then you don't get. Yeah, was it
You're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking.
You don't get that stuff.
you can live without that. I don't care.
But then again, when Brett said what he said, I'm like, all I thought about was the last Sony E3 conference. Like, man, that was some bullshit.
For the people watching at home, it was.
Yeah, for the people watching at home, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for you guys, it was awesome, but we didn't get to experience the whole thing.
That's the question I asked in the thing. I'm like, so, we're moving around. We're having a good old time here. What's it look like on the screen? And I realized that I looked at it later. I'm like, oh God.
We were texting you guys. We're like, some bullshit.
Like I said, during that whole time, I wasn't even thinking about it because I was like Hillary Clinton. Look at the balloons, like.
I was hosting that show, and I'm like, oh, gotta fill some time up.
Oh man,
We're doing the transition.
They should have at least threw some trailers or something in there for you guys, man.
Yeah,
I think we got a lot of shapes.
Yeah, there was a lot of vamping on that show.
Oh God,
Oh,
that's
yeah, there
bad.
was.
All right, next question. This one is from. Oh no, I didn't have the question ready. Give me a second, people. I'll get.
Oh no!
This one, because this one's gonna be good. Because we after the Xbox conference, we heard some very cool news. This is not the end. There's actually more. So this one is also one's Ramudeth again. Damn, he's being a very generous man tonight. He's hosting another person's extra question.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, look at
this
this.
phantom charity guy.
Right. So this one is from John Christ. And the question is, what do you want to see from Xbox Game Showcase Extended? For those who don't know, Xbox will be having an extended show where they will be going more in depth over the games that they showed, hosted by our friend Mr. Paris Lilly from Gamertag Radio. How fucking cool is that? How
Fucking dope. Also, congrats to Paris.
Yeah, man, this is big. And if you guys are paying attention to Paris's Twitter, he was in Seattle last week for a reason. This is
For
it.
reasons.
Obviously, I knew about this, but I couldn't say nothing. But Paris, good for you, man. This is gonna be dope. I told him I have a reason to watch this shit now.
Oh, by the way, shout out to Torco21 for following.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah. Paris, you're the man. So yeah, what do you guys want to see? From the extended, because it's going to be like developer interviews. That's what we're really going to be getting here.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you guys say?
I can tell you what I don't want to see from this. I don't want to see him sit in a Xbox chair, because if he does, then I'm like, this man's my suspect right now.
Well, he probably will be sitting on an Xbox chair,
You know why, though, Tony?
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. If you got a free Cyberpunk chair, you take it too. Just saying. But let's not get off track.
Too late, though.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah. I actually want to see developers pressed for actual stuff, not just marketing. Because if this is going to be like what I think it is, then it's just going to be just a giant marketing thing where they just talk marketing speak of like, yeah, it's an immersive world, diverse this, and we really want engaging players. Like, no. Talk about the fucking game. Don't talk about marketing speak. Don't do marketing. talk about the game. What is it? What do you do? What's the cool things? You know, like, can you shoot things in the air? You know, like, do an actual interview, not just like them like sat there in front of Paris and then just saying marketing crap that they do on E3. I'm sick and tired of that bullshit. I really am. It's just the same things over and over again. You know, like, if you really want to play the best game ever, you watch any E3 press conference and then take a drink anytime someone says the word immersive, like in the older ones, and then you'll be dead in like three hours. Just immersive this, immersive that. You know, it's like, fuck off. Stop using words that you don't know what they mean. Sorry, rant over.
It's a very immersive comment, Brian.
Brett, I will find your house.
Oh. All right.
So
what's up?
I think we should. Hopefully, we hear more from Starfield.
Yeah,
that's the game.
Yeah,
that's a game that I've been anticipating, and I don't think we got enough. Obviously, we did get a date, but I just want to learn more about what the game is about. I want the developers or the person, the PR, whoever's going to speak, to let us know just what the game's about. Todd Howard, just talk about the game. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna build settlements in space? Like in Fallout. Is it gonna be first person, third person, or probably both, like most of the other Bethesda games? So we'll see. That's what I hope to see.
Yeah. Anybody else? Brett, what do you want to see from this extended showcase?
I'm pretty much just what Carlos said. I want to see more gameplay. I want to see more information. I want to see what Starfield is about. I want to see what you guys have in mind for Outer Worlds 2. I want to hear about what was this fucking vampire game called again? I keep forgetting the name about it.
Redfall.
I hope they tell us a little bit more about what Redfall is.
Well, we have a long time. That's summer 2022. That still bothers me. That really bothers me. I don't like that.
That is.
But again, why does that bother you? But Starfield, which is even further out, doesn't bother you.
I have no hype for Starfield.
Oh, that's what. See, okay, there you go. You can see your hype. That's why.
This one looked more. They showed more gameplay.
And again, they showed games that are coming from 2023. Those aren't bothering you either.
Nah, they don't care about them. It's all about what we care about. We talked about that.
Oh man. All right. Anybody else? What do you guys want to see from the extended?
I mean, I don't know. We'll see what they show, but I don't really expect much from it, to be honest. I mean, just like, especially when you talk about what do they call it, internally produced programming. You know what I mean? Where you're not. Personally, I would prefer. I think it's a wonderful thing that Paris is going to be hosting this. But to be honest, I would much rather have Paris or Danny doing the same sort of situation on their own show, where they're not vetted by the company. Like, you can't ask that question, or what? They're essentially reading a script. I just consider those things a little bit suspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a payday, man. It's a payday.
It's much respect for Paris, man, because he's been grinding, but he's under the Xbox payroll now with this. So you can't really expect like it's all going to be in script. So I really doubt someone's gonna like ask some like really important questions.
They're not gonna be asking any megaton questions that are gonna make them think too deeply about it. It's probably just gonna be like
it's just promoting. It's a promoting.
Yeah,
it's an commercial. It's not gonna be an interview and grilling. And we never get that at these events. So
yeah. So I mean, hopefully there is something in there. Hopefully there is a little something, but I don't think there's going to be any sort of megatons or anything like that. Hopefully they do give a little bit more, sit a little bit more with the friggin' Perfect Dark people, because they just literally threw that shit in a sizzle reel.
Yeah, that would be nice.
What I expect this is going to be. Remember how XPlay used to do it, where they would like sit down with the developers and have an extended talk about the game while it's playing and they're playing it. That's what I suspect is probably going to happen. By the way, I'm not just throwing shit out. I purposely told Paris, don't tell me what happens. I don't want to know. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. But that's what I suspect it's going to be, like an X-Play type of thing, which is cool. Again, like you guys said, it is a corporate thing, so you don't go in there expecting any big revelations. Just go in there expecting more of what you saw, or an extended version of what you saw, like just more information. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that either. You know, if you're excited about Starfield, you're probably gonna get more about Starfield. You're excited about Outer Worlds 2, you probably get more about Outer Worlds 2. That's a good thing. You know.
If you're excited about Hellblade 2, who the hell fucking knows?
You know,
they ain't talking to those guys. They're gonna be non grata or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on. There was a question in the chat that's semi-related. I want to address. I think I may have missed it though. Oh no, this is a question for you, Brett. Actually, because
do this.
You've been known to be upset when games are announced that aren't coming out anytime soon. There are a lot of games that aren't coming out anytime soon. Were you upset by those?
I certainly wasn't happy, but in context of the grading curve that is real life, honestly, I'm glad to know that there's stuff coming, because it seemed like there was a big fucking drop. Microsoft's been awfully tight-lipped about what they've been doing with those studios, and I wasn't a fan of when Sony did that, and I wasn't a fan of when Microsoft did that. Like, if you don't have anything, tell us what you have and when it's coming. Just be transparent. It's you can make a show out of it, but don't sacrifice the knowledge of your customer base to be able to pull the cape off of it. It's gonna get fucking leaked anyway. So, I'm not thrilled about it, but at the same time, I'm like, well, at least they told me. And if that's all you got, clearly you got nothing before that, so if that's the best we're going to get, all right, well, at least you gave me that.
Yeah, fair enough. I will say this, speaking about leaks, man, fucking Starfield got leaked 20 minutes before the show started. Like Washington Post.
The Washington Post.
Yeah, man. Like we said this before the show. Like, Gene Park's hair is already gray enough. You're making his hair get even grayer with this shit. He came out of the street. He's like, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. Oh man, shout out to Gene Park. I got to get him on Throwdown, man. That gotta be fun to have. The good buddy, man. We were talking behind the scenes during Ratchet and Clank. Oh my god, this game's awesome. Jason Schreier got shredded on Twitter for reporting it. See, well, he's just reporting. He's just doing his thing. Don't blame him for that. Even though when I heard about it, I just went on Twitter. I'm like, these fucking leaks, because I didn't want to say it in case somebody didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, didn't I say earlier on? I was like, as with most Microsoft, conferences, there's always always a leak.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's pretty funny that we kind of, for the first year in a long time, like, we kind of didn't really get any like huge leaks from the conference, but like 20 minutes right before, it's like, I got, like Adam says, gotta have some, man, and we got that. Yeah. We got the date. We got, I think, even the trailer leaked, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was a trailer, and it was funny because if you click on the link, there was no written post or nothing. It was just a trailer. Like, what? So it looked a little weird, but you look at it, it's like, oh no, this is real. It's so weird. It was like just a single trailer, no post or nothing, no headline, nothing. So yeah. All right. Moving on. This one is from. Oh man, we got a lot of generous people tonight, man. Just saying. So this is Eurocar, name we've heard before, sponsoring another question from Mr. Mob Hits. All right. Should Sony be worried after the Xbox and Bethesda showcase?
Should they be worried?
No.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Nothing to worry about. Microsoft's doing their thing. Sony's doing their thing. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean,
is it just?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Manny.
No, I already lost what I was going to go.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, I think, is it disappointing that Sony wasn't, part of this, quote unquote gaming celebration? Yeah, it's pretty disappointing. Especially considering like the freaking the branches they gave, or the things they gave Jeff Keighley to present for his thing, which wasn't much. Yeah.
They threw him less than a bone. They threw him some skin.
It's like, talk about indies. So it's like, yeah, it's disappointing. Is Microsoft, is something that Microsoft did during this press conference something that's like, oh shit, I got to recalibrate? No, because what Microsoft did wasn't shocking at all. They just, did what they were supposed to do. They did a great press conference. Sony, they do have their games that they always rely on. I think in the future, the thing that they will have to worry about is PS Now and getting something that's kind of equivalent to Game Pass out there.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as today, I don't think they have much to worry about.
Yeah, no, I don't. Does anybody think they have anything to worry about in here? Because I don't.
No.
I do.
Oh, here we go, Brian. Man, go ahead.
Hi again. It's me. Yeah, I think that they do have to be not worried, but concerned about Microsoft at this moment because usually with stuff like this, it'll ramp up over time. So this is what I'm seeing as the beginning of Microsoft. So if Microsoft keeps on doing what they were doing, because again, it must have taken so much effort, so much thought, and so much, okay, what can we do right in order to turn what was the Xbox One into what the Series is right now, where they've gone and taken the whole TV thing and turned it into this. So they spent all that time and effort doing that, so that now they're back on the right path. And now the problem is that if Microsoft keep going this way, they will catch up and they will overtake Sony. Because again, we already seen that Game Pass has just blown PlayStation now out the water. It's no contest. If Microsoft just keeps carrying on the way that they're doing with the strategy that they have, and then Sony just keep resting, then things will look dangerous for Sony, and then they'll start to panic when it's too late. And I think that's why they should be concerned, because if they start to panic when Microsoft is like neck and neck with them, and then they try to implement their own strategy, by then it may be too late. So I think they should be concerned right now and saying, okay, what can we do to counteract what Microsoft is doing, just in case they get too close.
Interesting. All right.
I do not disagree with anything that Mr. Mojoma said.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with anything you said. I don't disagree.
I'll agree with that.
Well,
I don't think they're going to.
No, yeah.
I disagree in so much that we don't know what Sony's strategy is long term. I think they only have to worry is if they have nothing in the pipeline, which they've said that they have games in the pipeline. So yeah, I mean they're not going to make a Game Pass or anything like that, right? But
They've
this is
sorry, can I just interject? In the Sony thing that they had with Jim Ryan in the interview where he said that God of War was coming to PS4, they also said that they are starting to focus more on live service games. So that to me was like a big red flag that no one seemed to really talk about. But if the games mostly consist of live service games in the future, then I would be concerned.
That's a problem. Yeah, I agree. That's a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. So if that's the strategy they're going with, that's a losing strategy. I would say he should know better, but I've already railed on this man consistently. So
yeah, live service games for the Sony audience, that's a bad move. That's not Sony audience don't want that, So that would be a huge mistake. So we'll see. All right, next question. We have Kishak. Right. Judging by the E3 conferences shown, has Sony avoided attending a mid or meh E3 this year? The only good showcase so far was Xbox, and that was about a 7 out of 10 for me. That's simply because when you have a bunch of prior lackluster E3s in a row, your sense of taste has been lowered considerably, so that a mid E3 looks good nowadays. So he's just asking, was it wise for Sony to skip this E3? But the thing is, Sony skipped E3 for 3 years in a row already, so this was just par for the course. So it wasn't really like a wise decision. They were not going to participate anyway,
Okay, whoa. So the question is, and I'm going to kind of paraphrase this here. The question is basically, why didn't Sony go? Because they could have blown everybody out of the water. Like the insinuation here is Sony was, stacked to have a great presentation, so maybe it'd be wasted on a meh conference. That's a big leap of faith that Sony has a lot going on. And to back that up, I'll say if they had an amazing thing, why wouldn't you take it to a meh conference and blow everybody out of the water, leaving everybody writing articles and the hype, fucking through the roof?
I didn't get that
think
from the
Sony
question, by the way. I'm just saying that I didn't get that from the question. I think
Well,
what I got from the question.
Why would it be not worth their time for Sony to attend a meh level conference if they don't have anything?
Yeah, well, no, because I could be reading this wrong. You could be, we could both be reading this wrong. I took it as
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I took it as like, hey, Sony doesn't have anything to show either, so why should they attend something where everybody else is showing a bunch of crap anyway? That's how I took it. It's like everybody has nothing to show in this guy's eyes, but I could be wrong.
Well, I'm not putting words in his mouth. I want to make that very clear.
Okay.
Like I'm kind of trying to figure out like, okay, well, why would Sony not attend a meh conference?
Yeah. No, I agree with you because it's like if Sony had something to show, then they would instantly win because the conference was meh. So I understand I don't know if that's what he's asking, but I agree with what you're saying. It's like if Sony had an easy win, why not attend, right? The reason is because they want to save money. That's why, But then again, everybody's saving money. This isn't real. There was no E3. But I understand. I agree with the heart of your question, Brett. If everybody else had a shitty E3, why not do your own thing and blow them out the water? Even though
Sony hasn't been part of E3 for a while now, so it's like it's not like they're going to start after the pandemic.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they weren't going to do it anyway.
No, but they always drop their shit in the middle of it just to disrupt stuff.
They actually haven't. Not really. During E3, Sony has not shown anything at all.
Oh, no, I was expecting them to show shit at the Summer Games Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting them to do. I mean, especially considering that Jeff Keighley and Sony have had a good relationship over the past year and a half. I thought that they would like Manny said, throw them a better bone than the one they threw them. But they didn't, and I think Sony is just on their own pace. I don't think they really they showed the Horizon State of Play like not too long ago, and they just released Ratchet and Clank. So I think it was actually something that we shouldn't really been expecting to see anything from them during this week. I
agree. Sony was never gonna show anything. So all right, that's enough of that. Next question. This one is from Chakzilla. Why do you think Xbox didn't show more of the Halo campaign or gameplay? Showing it would have done more to assure the game is headed in the right direction. Interesting.
You know why?
Why?
Because last time they showed too much and got shit for it.
You're gonna show the extended thing they're doing.
Yeah, they wanted to avoid another Craig.
It would have been cool if they just showed the exact same gameplay from last time. It's just with the updated graphics, and I'm like,
and the ray tracing and all that.
Yeah, with the ray tracing. Like, here you go.
Yeah, I'll be honest, man. I thought that fucking Halo presentation was long enough. Don't get me wrong, I like Halo, but after it's like, okay, we get it. There's a new Halo coming. Cool.
Yeah, but the question's like, because they didn't really show the campaign really in this presentation. So like the question's like, should they have shown more campaign?
I don't think gameplay. You got to remember this is just they're coming out like, look, it's not retarded anymore. So and they really focused on the multiplayer, and they're basically saying like everybody's gonna be able to play this and try to drop the idea that this is gonna be kind of a big event. And then that kind of gives them the opportunity to do another drop about the campaign. It's a good kind of way to piecemeal their news while still making their fans happy.
Yeah. I'm going to slide this question in real quick from Agent Red Shirt. By the way, I'm still amazed that his name has nothing to do with Star Trek. Amazed by it.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's just because his friends call him that because he used to wear red shirts all the time.
That's what. Okay.
Yeah. But his question is, what do you guys think of the new Cortana, quote unquote? This one has clothes.
Yeah, they put clothes on her.
Cortana. Cortana.
Was she Cortana?
No. I said quote unquote Cortana. It's another AI. Yeah. It's not Cortana.
It's Nutana.
Yeah, Nutana.
Nutana. Yeah,
it's Nutana.
I noticed they made her more doofy looking.
Yeah.
Like she has these weird facial expressions. Like she's all awkward. I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
they want to normalize her. They want her to seem like the average hologram AI.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they just like the whole purpose of it was like, oh, you're supposed to mimic Cortana. Apparently, Cortana's like where that AI, the new AI, was supposed to be deleted, but she wasn't, and they're trying to figure out why. So I guess that's going to be part of the crux of the story.
The funny thing, the thing about it is the only reason why Cortana's even in there is because so Master Chief has someone to talk to and doesn't need to talk to himself.
Yeah, right? No, that's it. Yeah,
it's actually a really good story mechanic. Now that you've seen it, you'll see it all over the place where people put something in there.
Oh, you see it all the time. It's like the loner character always has some kind of sidekick there, you know, because they need.
Yeah, they always have a sidekick or the newbie there to so that they explain things to. So rather than making, because obviously, Master Chief is the sort of silent protagonist guy. He's not going to be spewing exposition. You're not going to find out, this Halo thing is from the ancient blah blah blah. It's like, okay, now you have you have Suri with you to tell you what's going on.
Let's call it what it is. Future Navi.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Future Navi.
So yeah, I don't even know if we can answer this question properly. Like, why didn't they show more of the Halo Infinite campaign? You know what? I'm going to say this. You'll get it later. I think they're saving that for later. Maybe even during this extended cut.
Maybe because they can make another news drop out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, I'm not coming at this from a consumer. I'm talking like, if you want to talk pure efficiency, like, don't drop your load all at once.
Yep.
You're just going to overwhelm people, and they're going to only remember part of it, and then you're not going to have anything down the road. Especially when these days big video game releases are few and far between. Let's be fucking honest.
Yeah.
We're lucky to get half a dozen of them through the year. So yeah, they'll wait a couple months and then. And then drop some things about the campaign. They will hype up the campaign. It is its own separate product, I think, is what this basically boils down to. It's being treated like multiplayer is one thing. They're getting you hyped up for that, and they're going to sell you on the campaign later because they want you to drop cash on it. There will be stuff about the campaign heavily later, but why get into it now?
Agreed. Well said. That's it. That's all you can say about that. All right. Next question. Also from Chagzilla. This one, let me finish this one, guys. I have to say this to myself because it's kind of not his question, but the premise is like, all right, come on, man. Really? Anyway, he goes, I heard rumors that Xbox purchased as many as 5 studios. Avalanche, Rocksteady, NetherRealm, Crytek, IO, but none were revealed during E3. Some rumors claim maybe they'll be announced afterwards. Do you think these are valid or just mixed up with games that are exclusive and just partnerships or nothing at all? It's fucking bullshit. That's what it is. This is stupid.
All shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans. This is stupid.
Yeah.
You know? That's all I'm going to say is it's fucking dumb. You really believe Microsoft is buying all these fucking studios? Really? Come on, guys. You know? And I know where this started from, and I'm not going to name any names, but there's a certain gaming journalist out there. I have nothing against the guy, but I'm like, this guy is the new Michael Pachter. He just says stuff. He's wrong most of the time, but yet people keep giving him credence. Like,
wait, is it the same guy we talked about earlier today?
Yes. I don't want to
just kick me off the show. If you want to talk shit about me, just kick me off the fucking show. You don't have to just beat around the bush. We could talk about this on there too. Fuck that shit.
But the thing is, like, I hate, we're like, oh, this guy said it. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? This guy's been like right half the time. I have a better track record than that, and I don't even make crazy predictions. You know. Look, by the way, when I know our track record, look at Throwdown's past, baby. Just saying. Mm-hmm. But again, I don't like that. It's like like this dude got some things right here and there, and now he's an authority, and everything he says, even when he's trolling, even when he admits he's trolling, it gets made into news. You know. So I call bullshit on all of this. All of it. You know, they're buying NetherRealm really from Warner Brothers. You know, come on, man. Fuck out of here with that shit. You know, and I know I probably shouldn't get that mad, but I hate how dependent this fucking industry is on rumors. Everything's fucking rumors. You know? Mm-hmm. I hate that shit. Rumors and speculation. That's why... you know what? I'll stop myself. I was about to go on a fucking rant right now, but I'll stop. Before I get my blood pressure up. Jesus Christ, man. People, read that list. Does that even sound realistic? Really? Come on, man. They're buying fucking
someone said his name on the chat.
Yeah, I know they did, but we're not going to say it on the podcast. You know, again, no shit against the guy. I'm pretty sure he's a cool dude. I have nothing against the man. But, you You know?
Yeah, there's a couple of stuff that that I was sort of expecting because it just seemed inevitable because everyone was talking about it, but it was brought up by this individual and didn't turn out to be correct.
All right. Move on.
Arr!
This one is from Assyrian Air Force. I love this name, Assyrian Air Force, man. Imagine if the Assyrian Empire kept going. Maybe they would have an Air Force, you know? All right. Many upcoming Xbox games are next-gen only. We're going to get into this. Should PlayStation stop producing cross-gen games? All right, back up a little bit. We noticed this during our live streams. We're like, yo, it doesn't say Xbox One on that shit. It just says Xbox Series X and S. I'm like,
but it does say Game Pass.
Yeah, it does say Game Pass. Yeah.
Let's glow on these people. It's like, oh, you know what? You don't want to see these games on Xbox One or PS4? It's like you don't want you don't want to have like everyone to play the game. It's like, fuck you. I don't see you complaining when these games are fucking only on next gen. It's like, well, where are you now? Why aren't you talking shit? It's like, what, Sony, Microsoft, you don't want these games to be playable for everyone? Get the fuck out of here, man. This is some fucking bullshit.
I can't stand that shit, man. You know? The games need to be on. No, they don't. No, they do not need to be for everyone. Some games need to be on a specific system and a specific system only. Fuck this cross-gen shit. I'm tired of it. You know?
Hey, Tony. Yeah. Let me put it this way. Some of us old heads have seen generations come and generations go. And every generation, they make the jump to new systems only, and that pushes new hardware. It's part of the natural life cycle of a system, and it needs to fucking happen because all they're doing is dragging their feet and confusing their customer base right now.
Exactly.
It's not so much can it happen, it's that's the normal. This is the abnormal.
Yeah.
But the thing about all of this is, you know, yes, it doesn't say the previous generation, but they're still covering their asses with Game Pass.
Yeah, they are.
All that shit's going to be able to play on there. Yeah. May not be able to download it onto your console. But
think about it. Think about that. There. How enticing is the call to get a new Xbox now? And that's what their goal.
Yeah.
Their goal is to be like, well, fuck, man. Like, yeah, I don't I have to invest in a new system. But if I invest in a new system, I just get all these games. I don't even have to go out and buy them. I just get them. Game Pass, day one. Okay. I mean, even just investing in the hardware, a little less painful now because you don't have to spend another $120, $140 on just a couple of games so that you have something to do on the fucking thing.
I'm gonna go off. I don't give a fuck.
You broke.
Because I can't.
Shit, I'm sorry.
No, not you, Brett. Not you. And Agent Redshirt, respect, and this not love it against you. We love you, man. But I can't stand this fucking statement. Every generation, there's always been cross-gen for a year or two. No, there fucking hasn't. Last gen is the first one that did that shit. The first one. Think about it. When you went to PlayStation 2, that was a clear mark. We're on PlayStation 2 right now. When you were on PS3, we had a clear mark. And then when we get to PS4, right, there was a clear mark. How many PS4 games were cross-gen? First-party games? I'll wait. There were none.
Sony, I don't think there was any.
Absolutely none. This last generation, it started with third parties doing this shit. This Miles Morales is the first PlayStation game in history to be cross-gen. So don't give me that bullshit that we've seen that every generation. We never have. When we went from the Nintendo to the Super Nintendo, there were no cross-gen games. When you went from the Super Nintendo to the N64, there were no cross-gen games. When you went from the Nintendo 64 to the fucking GameCube, there were no cross-gen games. This is a new thing. You know, so I don't want to hear that bullshit. I'm tired of it because everybody, it's always been a thing. No, it fucking hasn't. Stop saying that. I'm tired of that shit. Anyway, go on.
It doesn't. It's never been the. I mean, the even when when you talk about the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 2 to 3, like you didn't when God of War and Shadow of the Colossus and Okami and all those games that came at the end of the time during the time of the PlayStation 3. Those games weren't they weren't both on they were only locked down to the PlayStation 2, and everybody was asking how come they're not on the 3. So
because we're on a new generation. That's why we move on. That's how things have been. That's been the norm. This is new now.
Yeah, I mean the only thing I can say that from at least from it hasn't been done by a first party, but it been done with third party games.
Yeah, third
Where
parties. Yeah,
where you'll see like EA wants to get wants to spread as wide as net as possible, so they make sure they put a FIFA on every single version of the console because they want to catch as much as much revenue as possible.
Well, there's a rare example of this being first party that was cross gen.
yeah,
Twilight Princess and
yeah.
Breath of the Wild. They're
Yeah,
both Zelda.
Nintendo has done that, but it hasn't been the norm. And I do want to say
No,
this.
it's not the norm.
Stealing mechanics from Zelda again.
I do want to say this though, right? Which is kind of interesting, Chris. And I'm glad you bring this up, right? Both of those cases, Nintendo didn't even want you to know about the last gen version of it.
No, they didn't. Yeah, they just did it because they actually did it because Nintendo has a habit of like they don't really cancel things. So when they're like, "Oh, we need to develop for the next system," so they just split the projects, right? They split the projects and they do both, right? But it's not any other studio, Microsoft or Sony would have been like cancel the old one. That's what they would have done, but Nintendo doesn't do that, and that's why you end up with in those situations.
Yeah.
And there's rare old things with like back ports, but those are back ports. Basically, like what you have to look why you have exclusives, like you want to support the current gen. You can't leave people behind, and that's why you have third parties, and they can do that stuff. But the first party guys should be focusing on the system. You know why? Because you don't want to hold back development to support the old system, right? Because then you can't really explore what you have. You have to go, oh, it has to support the old one, and you don't have the resources to do two projects. They'd be like, okay, you take this and do it on PS4, and we'll take this and do it on PS5. But you can't do that. The budgets already for these games are out of control. Imagine splitting it. So
Right.
we'd like to, what we look forward to is like we want to exploit the system that we have, right? And then you rely on like Activision and EA and all these guys. They're going to keep supporting both, and you could throw everyone a bone, but the new stuff we expect to see it on the new system, and if you focus on the new system, then you can exploit it as much as possible, and then you get the best experience. The experience that we're promised. If you have to hold it back for last gen and go, oh, we can't do all the 3D audio stuff, we can't really have this at 4K 60 if we wanted to because the PS4 doesn't support that, so we have to pull out some textures and we'll have a texture pack, and you make all these compromises, right? And then the game is not what it could have been.
Yeah. John is asking why Microsoft is able to have all their games available on one system from all their generations. Like, why can't Sony do that? The cell processor is the reason. Sony wasn't thinking ahead when it came to this shit.
No, they weren't.
You know?
They were doing as they usually do with the case by case basis, right?
Yeah.
They're making a whole new hardware, and it wasn't until when Cerny got on there and decided, okay, you know what? Let's just start using this sort of this x86 hardware so that we have a consistency between them. No, each single PlayStation, from the 1 to the 2 and to the 3, at least those versions are all had their own unique engines. The only reason why even the 2 and the 3 were even backward compatible is because they literally shrunk down the chip and put it inside of the console.
Yeah. They put the chip on originally and then they emulated afterwards.
Pull it out.
Well, they pulled it out to be more cost effective.
So yeah, they were able to get the PS1 and PS2 games running on PS3, but the PS3 was so funky you can't get it to play nice with the PS4. So that's why.
We've talked about it during the show. It's like even for PS Now, when you want to play PS3 games, you're playing a PS3 in the cloud.
Yeah, because it's incompatible. It's like fucking quantum physics and general relativity. You can try to get them together, but it doesn't fucking work. So
it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly. So don't haul any hope. If you want to play PS3 games, get a PS Now subscription, man.
The only thing is, and obviously, Jim has also sort of said that he's they're not going to be doing any sort of additional development or something like that. But if they were in a perfect world, they should go out there and literally get all those damn legacy titles to work on the new consoles, so that they have a pot to piss in when they eventually start going down that road of making one of the their service, because we know it's coming.
Well, all this is going to get fixed when the remastering engine comes out. So we'll all right, man. Moving on. What are we up to right now? Another sponsored question. Eurocar. Your car doesn't even know he's sponsoring this one. That's how generous he is.
He's a very, very generous person.
Yeah, sponsoring another bonus question from Tumeke. All right. With Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest picking up steam, do you think other publishers like Sony could opt to align with Keighley rather than E3 in the future? Now, I'm pretty sure that's happening now, And here's the thing. I want to say this real quick, because people are saying, this is an E3 thing. No, it's really not. That Xbox thing was not happening at E3 or for E3. It was just an independent stream. The Square-Enix thing, independent stream. Ubisoft, independent thing. So that's why Jeff Keighley was able to advertise this stuff. He couldn't stream it because ESA is on some bullshit. But it's not really an E3 thing. Yeah. So I just want to get that out of the way.
The funny thing is also with Keighley, also he's also sort of double dipping, because he said he essentially put out the idea that a lot of this stuff is going to be part of the Summer Games Fest, when they're really not. He's literally doing what we're doing.
Yeah,
and streaming the Xbox thing on his channel.
He's not doing that. He's not allowed to.
Oh, he wasn't doing the. Yeah, he didn't do the Xbox.
He got a kind of cease and desist or warning. It's like, don't do this. The ESA said that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Streamers like him, they were told you cannot. There's a name for it, but you can't stream this.
Interesting.
So in that way, they are attached to E3, but at the same time, you could go. There were like 3 or 4 different places you could watch these things at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's Sony can get back into this whole E3 window, Summer Games Fest window. I don't think they'll be part of the Jeff Keighley show. And definitely not going to be part of the E3 show. Because they can, all of these companies, they don't really rely on Jeff Keighley for anything.
No,
Jeff Keighley. What Jeff Keighley does is he's trying to compile his own show, his vision. That's why he has relationships with people. That's why he has relationships with Kojima. That's why he's establishing relationships with From Software and Miyazaki. He has these
in his vision.
They believe in his vision, my vision, the Jeff Keighley show. He's propelling a lot of games that in other shows wouldn't get the light of day. And he's also getting some big, announcements because he does pretty good networking in the industry. Sony's included because he actually did stuff with them last year with the release of the PS5. But as far as just a blowout Sony show with Jeff Keighley, I don't think it'll happen. I think Sony is just doing their own thing.
Yeah. So I don't know. Again, it's a weird question to answer because there's no really aligning with anyone. There's no exclusive with anyone. So yeah, I don't know. All right, move on. Next question. Last 2 questions of the night. I want to shout out to everybody who sent us questions today. Keeping this going.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone in the chat, man.
Yeah,
it's been lively the whole.
Yeah, it's been very lively.
Bouncing.
Yeah, right. It's crazy right now. All right, last 2 questions from Mr. John Christ, who's been joining us the entire night, man. Shout out to you, John, man. We're a loyal listener of Throwdown. Loyal, what do you call people who just watch streams? What I'm saying? What do you call those people? Is there a name for them?
Watcher?
Watchers, I guess. We need a cool name for the people who watch us,
I think it's a viewer, isn't it?
Viewer? Yeah, I guess viewer, yeah. A loyal listener, loyal viewer. I like that,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first question. What? I can't even do it without laughing.
Viewer
No,
Yours sounds good.
because I'm reading the question. It's fucking hilarious. That's why I'm laughing. What happened to Square Enix? Why did they even bother showing up? Hey, listen.
Not pulling any punches there, is he?
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, they gave me Guardians of the Galaxy. That's all I cared about. So I was happy. But John, man, what is up with that Final Fantasy, man? Like,
when we were watching it, we were like, okay, it looks fine. I mean, I was watching it on a cell phone in a cell phone in 720p. So I'm like, okay, it looks decent. So I watched the replay in 1080p on my PC. I'm like, ugh. This doesn't look right.
We're talking about the Final Fantasy. I was actually talking about the retro one, but we'll get to that in a bit. Yo, Carlos, have you seen the memes, bro?
I haven't seen them
memes?
Yet.
Like basically, they're taking Final Fantasy Origin and putting it on a PS2 box art.
Oh no! I did see the CEO Kazurai tweet.
Yeah. So it's like, the reason we can't get the demo run is because it's a PS3 game.
It's not backwards compatible.
The funny thing is, like, during the stream, you're right. But even we were like, this game don't look next gen, bruh.
Yeah, man, this one, it didn't even waste any time to get all the the backlash. This even Craiggate took longer.
Yeah, this was fast.
Immediate, it's like, yeah, this looks like booty cheeks.
Yeah, they were making fun of the main character and chaos. Like, apparently they said the word chaos every 5 seconds. Even Polygon was making fun of that shit. It was hilarious. But the thing that I can't get too mad about because I don't have enough information. Square Enix, 30 seconds. All right. So for years, I have been asking for remakes of Final Fantasy 1 through 6 in the style of the PSP Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 4. They look great. Pixel art, beautiful colors, all this shit, right? So I see this, and I'm like, oh, are we finally getting it? And then it turns out it's like pixel perfect, so they're going to look exactly like the originals. I'm like, okay. And then they're like, coming to Steam and mobile. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Really? Mm-hmm. like you would think that Square Enix, they would honor or treat the franchise that saved them better than this,
Not even on any of the consoles, man.
No consoles.
Where are all the people at? That's like, why aren't they complaining? It's like it's supposed to be anywhere.
It's because it's an old Final Fantasy game, and they're all about them shiny new Final Fantasies. With the
why the hell would I want to play Final Fantasy 1 with those crusty ass graphics when you could just port the PSP version? That's it. Mm-hmm. It makes no fucking sense. Yes, I have a phone, and I'm not trying to play a game on this shit. I get the joke too, but it's like, seriously, who the fuck? Mobile games, really? Come on, man. Fuck that shit. So yeah, what else did this show? But again, to me, Square Enix was good just because of Guardians of the Galaxy. That's all I cared about. I was happy. I even said, I'm like, yo, I could just end the stream right now. I'm good. But they did. And go ahead.
I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that we were just shocked that it was the way it was.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was expecting this game to be like this.
Yeah, that shit was legit.
And this showed Avengers, and no one cared.
Yeah, they did show Avengers and whatever,
They had a Legend of Mana.
Yeah. I don't know. I never played their Legend of Mana, so I don't know.
You never played The Secret of Mana.
I never played. Remember, in the 90s, I didn't play any JRPGs, man.
You had an utter hate for them.
Yeah, it wasn't until Final Fantasy 7 I was like, oh shit, look at that. Who's picking up? Oh yeah, Diablo 2 was it on Square Enix? Was it? Was it another stream?
No, that was on the Microsoft one.
Yeah,
that was on the Microsoft.
Diablo is Activision Blizzard.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't care about Diablo, so whatever. I am a little upset. Like, why didn't you show Final Fantasy 16, man? That would have been legit.
Oh, there was no Final Fantasy 16. There wasn't any Project Athia. I forgot the name
of it either. Yeah, that I was expecting that.
Yeah, we didn't get any of that. Yeah, we got Life is Strange, the Colors one.
If you like Life is Strange, there you go.
But this conference was really short. I was kind of surprised.
I was happy it was short, to be honest. You know,
Yeah.
that's also why our
Coulda-
recap was like 8 minutes. It's like, not a lot, you know.
Forspoken. Thanks to Mecca.
Forspoken,
Yeah,
yeah.
Forspoken's the name. Yeah.
The remaster, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much more to say about Square Enix, to be honest.
Square Enix.
Square Enix, you know. I can't say they didn't have I mean, yeah, could we have gotten a little something about Dragon Quest 12? Like they announced it already, you know, but nothing either, you know.
Yeah, they did do that. Well, the thing is that they did do that Dragon Quest like special, so I guess they kind of don't need to now talk about it anymore. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
to be honest, I would think the best place they're going to probably do any more Dragon Quest talk is at Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, is Tokyo Game Show happening this year?
It's happening, just like anything else is happening.
Okay.
I mean, if the Olympics are happening, that has to happen.
True.
Well, here's the thing: like Japan's got a little bit better than the United States, so they can actually have people in places. So they're having conventions. And
hold on a second, John. You haven't played Dragon Quest? You have Game Pass, right? Dragon Quest 11. You can thank me later. All right. And the final question of the night, and I like that I'd save this for last. This is appropriate.
Is it the best? Did you say
I'm not saying it's the best question, but it's a very appropriate question to end this podcast with. Fast forward to holiday 2021. How are you feeling about PlayStation, Xbox, and PC? And because this is John, Stadia. Let's get that one away. Stadia, that's not even a factor. You know.
Oh, I mean, I guess he was excited that all those games that are for everything else are coming to Stadia.
Yeah, right.
You can now play. What was that game? Doom. You played Doom.
Oh, Doom is Doom Eternal going to be on Stadia?
Probably. Who knows?
Yeah, probably. I mean, Ubisoft seemed to be all about supporting Stadia. All their games that they announced the other day had the Stadia logos on them, or a lot.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So how we feeling? Yeah. So how are we feeling about this holiday season? There's a lot of games coming this year, especially October. October has a crazy amount of games. You know. So it's like what?
I mean, all it does is prove to me that I don't need to I still don't need to invest in a new console because
I knew it.
Yeah, literally, he was gonna say that.
Literally, most of those games, man, like all the ones that I had any sort of interest, all of them are all on PlayStation 4 or the previous Xbox. So
the funny thing is, Manny, I forgot which conference it was, but you kind of came in a little bit late to one of them. Carlos said this, doing an invitation of you, said the same thing you just said right now.
Yep. You know me well, Carlos.
Yeah.
I need to throw out the Miss Cleo GIF. By the way, I'm looking forward to having an Xbox for the rest of the Game Pass for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
because I get to play Infinite, I get to play Back 4 Blood, and I get to play Forza Horizon 5, which are 3 games that I'm actually kind of looking forward to. Back 4 Blood, I'm not as excited, but I did have good Left 4 Dead days back in the day, so hopefully I can find some people that want to play it. So yeah, hopefully that turns out good. And I mean that and Horizon. If Horizon does come out this year, it's gonna be pretty great.
Which Horizon? Forbidden West or Horizons 5, bruh?
Oh, both actually.
There you go.
Both Horizons.
Both Horizons. They're on the horizon.
I mean, I guess things. Oh, well, actually, no. Things have changed for me. You're ready. Yeah, man. Guardians of the Galaxy's coming in October. That's it.
Oh,
give me that shit.
That's true.
So that's looking good. But yeah, Xbox is looking good this year. PlayStation's looking good. Nintendo, whatever.
We'll find out on Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll find out on Tuesday. We'll see. Stadia's a fucking joke. What about Adam? What about you, man? Holidays.
Man, it's still early. I still want to see what.
If you get that fucking Ride or Die game or whatever the fuck it's called, you're there.
Yeah, Rider Republic. That's definitely that's on there. Guardians. That's definitely on there. They're trying to think. I feel like there's something else. Maybe I'll.
I want that fucking Ninja Turtles game, man. When we getting that shit?
I was gonna add that, but nothing yet. That'll be cool. But that'll be in there. And if EA lifts that ban, because I'm still banned, so So if they lift that,
Damn.
then the next FIFA will be on my list. But if they don't lift that ban, then I'm not going back.
Stop fucking
Adam.
cheating. How about that, man?
Well, Adam,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're banned and this is EA, maybe you can contact some hackers to change that.
That is true, right? Like, yo, you got my info anyway. Can you make a tweak? Can you change this shit to unban? Because I mean, they said it was a game ban. They didn't say it was a lifetime ban. I know somebody who got a lifetime ban. He sent me a screenshot. He's like, did you get this? I'm like, no, sucker, just you. I'm just banned from this one. All right, so lose my contact info and I delete the Reddit. But
Yeah, you guys in the chat participate too. What are your most anticipated games? Who we have here? Logic Win says Tales of Arise is his most anticipated game. Looks good. Anybody else in here?
Wait, there is one. Sorry, there is one. I just remembered because
I got to blow my nose.
Last year. They skipped last year. WWE 2K22 because they skipped a whole year because the 20 was such a fucking shit show. So they were like, all right, we're hitting the drawing board again. We're gonna make everything right and do it. So I'm really anticipating to see if they were able to make improvements to fix it and to bring it back from the dead, since it is a different studio. It's not Ukes. So, and the last one wasn't Ukes, and we saw that.
Yeah, Horizon Forbidden West. That's a given already, though. I don't need to say that. But what? Yeah, I think those are two for me: Horizon Forbidden West and Avengers. Not Avengers. Guardians. You know.
Guardians.
By the way, can we put Avengers to bed? Like, can we just not do anything for it anymore?
Can they unassemble?
Yeah, can they unassemble?
Well, I was shocked
Avengers
with that.
disassemble.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was shocked with that add-on content because I'm like, this game is like deader than dead.
Yeah.
I mean, the drop-off rate after the first couple weeks was like 96%. It can't be. I mean, Brian, you want to go on Twitch? How many people are streaming
Like two
Avengers?
dudes, you know?
Yeah.
And Chris, my question to you: where's the Spider-Man add-on?
Yeah, where's
Yo, right? What happened to that?
Yeah, what happened to that?
Man,
Yo,
That's
what
one
a
hell of an
epic fail.
exclusive, man.
Yo, talk about doubling down on that. What did Disney give them more money to like do that? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Pointless.
it's crazy, man.
yeah. Right. Anybody else? Games that are coming out this year? How you feeling about the holidays, man? Or are we expecting a bunch of delays?
Yeah, everything's
That's also possible.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I think like Chris, I think I might put a console on my holiday list.
Oh,
And it might be that
NX?
Series X.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Put
yeah.
it on there, you know, to play all these.
No.
Game Pass games.
Adam can't say that, and you guys sound all surprised. That was the biggest giveaway of the century. Adam getting an Xbox.
Adam getting an Xbox. That is not a megaton.
What do you mean? I didn't get it when it launched.
Listen,
I
Adam,
didn't
listen.
I canceled my Game Pass service. I don't have Game Pass.
When you were away, you know, man, you are chomping at the bit to be Xboxed.
They had to give me something.
As soon as they start doing something, that PlayStation's going right in that guard. But that's it, done.
Nope. They have to give me. They have to give me something. I have to
Set that shit on fire.
Adam,
honestly, I thought the only thing they could give me to pull me back is another Gears. I was like, oh well, I'll just remember. I said that and my table tennis, and I definitely am never going to get another table tennis, and that's why I still. If anybody looks at my play history, you'll see I still play my backward compatible 360. I was playing that shit yesterday. You know, I love that game.
Yeah, Adam, that announcement you just made does not deserve the.
No, it doesn't deserve that, but I'm like,
that's not a mic drop.
Like,
no, but it's
he's coming back to the fold, man. He wanted it. He wanted it.
I'm coming home.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Coming home. Hit up on my buddies watching Netflix. Yo, you got any games we can play together?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Netflix.
You need to film Adam during Christmas, and he opens up this giant gift, and it's the mini fridge, and inside the mini fridge is a Series X.
Yo, I
that'd be
think somebody,
pretty cool.
it was either in the chat or Twitter, so they said like, yo, the mini fridge is going to be easier to find than the Xbox Series
That's
X.
what I said.
That's what you said.
yeah.
Here you go. Perfect. You're right.
It's still, yeah,
You know?
it's still.
I'm going to have 5 of those motherfuckers. No Xbox Series X, man.
I got this.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, remember I said it on Amazon. It's ridiculous, like $1,200-$1,300. It's like, well, hopefully by the holidays it'll be more accessible and we could just pick it up at a retailer at a normal price. But,
Yeah. Shit is crazy, man.
but I want that fridge too. Don't joke. I want that fridge. If I do, I will review it on the Coalition.
There you
if
go,
I get
man.
that fridge, I definitely want that fridge.
All right, man. I think that's going to do it for us. So before we go, I want to give a couple shouts
Can I just
out.
add in something just
Yes.
really quickly?
Yes,
Sorry.
you can, Brian.
Chris, to answer your question, 186. On
Wow,
Twitch.
that's 184 more people than I thought.
Yes.
What game is this?
Avengers.
Ah, Avengers.
And Tony, to answer your question, 0.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Really?
Wait, what was
Zero?
it? What was
Shit.
the 0?
Here's the
Wait,
thing. I
what
didn't even
was
answer. I didn't ask the question, but I know what Brian is talking about.
Destruction All-Stars.
Is it
Destruction
Destruction
All-Stars.
All-Stars? Man, more people are playing Avengers.
know?
Holy shit.
See, Brian
damn.
knew I was asking the question without me
Yeah.
knowing I was asking the question.
God damn.
Oh man, and that's an actual next gen game too, man.
Oof.
Ain't that about a bitch? All right, wrapping up here, but a couple of things I want to give a huge shout out to Richard Bailey Jr., to David Giltonen, and Reggie Butler, who helped us with the streams over the weekend. You know, very much
Shout out.
appreciate those
Yes.
guys. You know,
Thanks a
good
lot,
stuff.
guys.
And we may be joined by some of those guys again for the Nintendo stream, which is our upcoming E3 stream at 12 p.m. Eastern. So that'll be interesting. I don't know what to expect. A new is that what they're calling out? A new Nintendo Switch? That's the rumor.
I guess
you know?
they called it the new Nintendo 3DS. So why
But you
not?
saw they did an update on that, and they were like, "Oh, we just call this whenever we put things in stock." They tried to backplay the whole
Yeah,
thing.
but we'll see. Well, maybe we'll find out because with Nintendo, you never fucking know. And then after that, we're going to be doing our post E3 special on Thursday, right? And then another post E3 special on Sunday. Maybe if we're not burnt out, you know, by that time maybe the next show will be the last E3 thing. But hopefully we'll get some because E3 officially ends on Tuesday, so hopefully we'll have enough content there for the Sunday show. But you know, you guys, you know what? I'm leaving it to the fans to ask us all those good questions. You know, any leftover E3 questions for the Sunday show, and then we'll be back to our normal schedule. You know, and that's
Carlos didn't do the Bane voice.
Oh shit! I what was I supposed to say?
I give it to you, the people. You gotta do
I
that
give
one.
it to you.
Give it back to you, the people.
All right, good stuff. All right, plugs. Manny, you have anything to plug?
Yes, I do. Well, so we have Superman Red and Blue, which is going to be coming out this Tuesday. I did a story with this with Aletha Martinez. Really good stuff. Also coming out on that same day, on Tuesday, DC Tuesday, is Static Shock #1, which me and Kari did covers for. So we're going to be doing the covers for the whole series, which is cool. That's really nice to finally have that out again. And then also there is Represent, which is coming out pretty soon. I'm not exactly sure when, but if I got it in the mail, it's probably coming out on Tuesday as well. Yeah, so lots of DC stuff coming up in the thing. And then, of course, there's also Excellence, which I'm still working on. And there is some very fun Marvel-y stuff coming up very soon. So stay tuned for that.
Good stuff. Adam, what you got?
I got some with Marvel too, but the last episode for season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead. I am Negan. That episode is up on Spotify, iTunes, over at the Coalition, and on YouTube. So Richard and we go over it. It was crazy. They did it. They did the nuke. That and also my coverage for the X-Men 4-player arcade 1-up cabinet. All that
Welcome
stuff.
to
The
Die.
embargo, and that embargo lifts tomorrow morning. So the stuff that I talked about, which wasn't, it was some of it. They're being shady. Just letting you guys know. They're just being a little shady. But overall, it looks cool. They're giving us what we want, and one of it is Wi-Fi, man. Wi-Fi for leaderboards and matchmaking. That's dope to have that on these things, you know? If you don't have 3 other friends to play with, you can find them on the internet.
Yeah,
So-
there you go, man.
There you go.
All right, and then something interesting. Me, Chris, and Carlos have something to announce.
Whoa.
Dun, dun, dun. We are currently doing recap episodes of Loki for the Loki show. And it happened again, just like the last episode of Falcon Winter Soldier. We came in like, yeah, this episode was all right. Then by the end, we hated it, thanks to Chris, So those are over on the Coalition. The first episode, and we're going to be doing it for 5 more weeks. I think it's just a 6-episode series.
Episodes. Yeah.
So yeah, go over to Coalition. The YouTube channel. I think Coalition's on a lot of podcast apps. I got to tell them to get on Auto Boom or something. It's like, got to get on everything. But I mean, Spotify, that's one of them, right? Adam, Coalition's on Spotify, so go check that out. Yeah. Good stuff. We analyzed Loki. I still don't know how I feel about that show now, to be honest. I'm like,
I watched it twice and it didn't do it for me. I'm like, I don't see the hype.
The first episode.
No, but that first episode, I don't know, man.
It received so many praises from all these major outlets. I'm like,
they're idiots.
Was okay, but it didn't blow my mind.
No, I mean, I'm not going to get into it here, but it's not. The problem isn't so much Loki. I am tired of time travel stories because no one does them right. So I'm like, I'm tired of this shit. It's always something stupid, All right, I'm done with it. But the discussion was good. The episode may not be good, but the discussion was good. So go check that out over on the coalition.com. Coalition with a K, not coalition with a C. Not the game developers. That's going to do it for us again. Once again, thanks for the chat. You guys were very lively tonight. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Get that E3 talk going.
It almost got a little crazy, but you guys kept it cool, because we don't suffer any idiots around here. Anybody talks bullshit, you get the boot, All right. So anyway, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe on YouTube and the Discord. Where this Discord was so crazy, I didn't get a chance to look at it, but it was nuts this weekend for obvious reasons. Find us on any podcast app by searching for Throwdown Show. That's 2 words, Throwdown Show. Literally any podcast app you could imagine, even ones I've never heard of. I'm not even exaggerating. It's like that. I'm always finding news. I'm like, we're on there. It's crazy. And visit throwdownshow.com to listen to past episodes. And also make sure to listen to our brief recaps of the conferences that we live stream. Those are pretty fun too. So, yeah, man. Links to everything down below. Once again, I was your host, Tony Polanco. And tonight I was joined by Emilio Lopez.
See you later, guys.
Chris Seeley.
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero.
Peace out.
Adam Vale.
Have a good week, everybody.
Brett Murdoch.
It's been real, people.
And Brian Manjoma.
It's bad because the Gearbox conference thing was so terrible that no one asked any questions about it.
Oh, shit. Damn. Gearbox. Even Kevin Hart was like, what the fuck am I doing here? All right, guys. We'll see you on Tuesday for Nintendo. Later.
Peace.
Jesus.